You start the forest with the cutscene of you and your child, Timmy, in a plane, but then you crash. Probably a mad scientist cannibal whose red caused that, but that is just my guess. You later awake to a big man who takes your child, even though that is illegal. He's probably gonna do more illegal things to Timmy later, but we'll just have to find out. Once he takes our child, we later awake in a plane covered in blood. That's cool and all, but I'm hungry. So I leave the plane and conveniently grab the axe that is placed inside that person. Thank you for keeping the axe until now. After I rob her of the axe, I look around my surroundings and decide what to do next. Destroyed luggage, my favorite pastime. Hey look, I found a tennis ball. I then proceed to try to kill the wildlife in the surrounding area. But I failed, so I resort to an axe. I wander around for a little bit, but then I find a bunch of heads. And me being me, I love getting heads. So I break down all the statue and get all the heads. I later figure out the reason there are so many heads. There's a camp nearby and the people who live there were just marking their territory to try and scare off any beta males. Unfortunately for them, I am the definition of an alpha male, so I walk right in there and take all their stuff. They have some rope that looks very similar to the shape of the rope in my room, so I take it in case I can use it later. I also see one of the beta males that probably came into the camp and was robbed for his head. I decide that I no longer want to be here, so I leave and search for better land. I finally find the land I want to build on, so I start by building a big defensive wall. I build some other random shit, and then I experiment with the housing. I realize that you can build the log cabin up as high as you want. The only problem is, this is going to cost a ridiculous amount of wood. You can only hold 2 wood at a time. So I get to work chopping and make the house in no time.
Stop the cap!
I don't want that video to be 28 hours long, so I won't show you the process of me chopping down all the trees. But eventually, I did get the house done. There was only one problem. I couldn't get to it. It was too high up. So, I used that handy dandy rope I got. The only problem was, I couldn't reach the rope, so I had to build some more. That took a while as well. All of that building got me hungry, so I had a human arm for breakfast. I got a visitor, but I had to beat them to death. It was unfortunate, but it was deserved. That silly goose tried to break into my house. Seeing as they were cannibals, I decided to join the club, because you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. I brought her back to my camp and chopped up her body parts. She would make a very good meal later. I'm gonna decide to end the video here. Not because I think it'll do good for the YouTube algorithm, but because I'm lazy. So I will see you in the next video, and make sure you subscribe.